sollen auch mal sich melden. Also jetzt kommt der Mike. Präsentation natürlich für euch auf Englisch. Simultanübersetzung läuft hier im Untertitel mit. Und ansonsten würde ich sagen, ein großer Applaus für Mike!
I can't express how excited Oliver Reed is to be here and be showing off the brand new demo for you guys. It's exciting to see all these people here and at the booth, and it's just amazing for us. So if you'll indulge me for a second, I need to take a couple pictures of this amazing crowd. So last year at GamesCom, we debuted Guild Wars 2 for the first time ever playable. And a lot has changed. We've done a lot of work, we've kind of evolved things, but we wanted to keep something simple for you guys. So last year we showed the humans at starting experience, we showed you the char mid-level experience, and now at this year's GamesCom, all 5 races are playable. So we brought back the human experience, a little more refined this time, but we've added to them the char starting experience, which has never been seen before, and the North starting experience. The mid-level experience has been handed off to the Asura and the Sylvari. On top of this, we've added character customization to the project. So when you roll up a brand new character, you can choose your face, change your hairs, that kind of stuff. And also, for the first time ever, PvP is now playable at GamesCom. So let's get to the demo. Also, one of the designers is behind the stage helping me drive through this. So Matt, why don't you make us a really cool looking Asura? So 7 of the 8 professions, all the ones that we've announced, are playable here at GamesCom. Unfortunately, we're not here to announce the 8th profession. We'll have to wait for that one a little bit longer. But today we're going to show off the Guardian. So everything you see here is just the beginning. We're adding brand new features left and right. Each day there's brand new selections, additional things that you can do. We're also going to we have some sliders so you can create a little bit of customization, but not too much that allows you to make very silly looking characters. So Matt's going to run through this pretty quickly. For a more in-depth look, come back for our other presentation where we'll go through the human experience, or the human character customization, and we'll show you all of the amazing options we've got. So the new map we're showing off today for you guys is called Sparkfly Fen. This is an area that's a jungle environment that the undead dragon Zaitan, his minions are in constant battle over this planet. There's a couple of human organizations like the Vigil and the Wild Hunt who are actually out here fighting, trying to keep the peace and trying to prevent Zaitan's minions from taking over. So the Guardian is a pretty amazing, very supportive character, but at the same time has a lot of punch. You'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, there's a little fire effect that's going on. And this is tied to what we call the virtue system. The virtue of justice allows the Guardian, so at every 5th attack that he does, will cause burning on the target. The other 2 virtues he has is the virtue of resolve, which gives him additional health regeneration, and the virtue of courage, which allows him once every 30 seconds or so to basically shrug off an incoming attack. But the Guardian isn't a selfish character. He can actually sacrifice the benefits that he's getting to give it to all allies around him. This includes people who are in your party and people who are not as well. So when he sacrifices the virtue of justice, all nearby players are going to have the ability to cause burn to their next attack. Sacrificing the virtue of resolve will allow everybody to get additional bonus health regeneration, and sacrificing the virtue of courage allows everybody to block their next incoming attack. This is pretty powerful. The other unique combat mechanic that the Guardian has is he's got what we call symbols, which he can actually draw on the ground, which will do damage and effects to enemy targets who are there, but at the same time it'll heal or give defensive bonuses to players who are in the same area. Once again, we've designed Guild Wars 2 so that we want you to explore, we want you to have fun, but we also want you to be excited when there are other players there with you. We don't want you to feel like, oh man, there's another player, I need to go find another place to play. So, as always, if you're attacking the same targets, you're going to both get experience, you're both going to get loot. It's not like you're stealing kills at all. So, Matt is showing us the Ash Horizon. This is a pirate ship that has been corrupted by Zaitan's power and has been risen to the surface. It is assaulting a vigil camp on the beach with hordes and hordes of undead. And this is one of our elite events. This is an event where you need a lot of people to come together and band together to force the ship back. And we do that a couple ways. The first is you'll notice that there's some siege equipment here. We have some catapults that will actually direct damage the ship and will help you destroy it. There's also some cannons that are along the beach and further back that will allow players to directly damage the undead hordes that are coming in. And if the undead overwhelm you and they take out some of the siege equipment, fear not, because there are actual engineers, NPCs that are there that will repair the siege equipment for you so you can get back into the fight. And if unfortunately the undead kill the engineer, well, in Guild Wars 2, everybody can res. So you just walk up, you interact with the guy, you get him back up on his feet, he's going to repair the equipment for you. And again, we're going with a very visceral, very dynamic combat, so you want to be on the move. You want to keep casting your skills and abilities. You don't want to be stationary. Positionary targeting really matters here. So the Guardian is really about controlling position with the symbols. He's got a couple shields he can throw down. And he can defend his allies when they're under attack. One thing I didn't really mention about the Sir, but you can tell really easily, is there's a lot of character, a lot of attitude that we put in these animations. So they're a very fun and playful race in that regard. Because there's nothing more exciting than seeing a very small guy wielding a very big hammer. Alright, so now let's go take a look at underwater combat. This is another thing that we're showing off here at GamesCom. So some of you who are familiar with Guild Wars 1 will recognize that we still have our fast travel system, so it's really easy to get around the map. If you want to go hang out with your friend in one location and you're in another, it's really easy to just teleport really quickly to there. So just like how we've done the very action-oriented combat for on land, we've also done the same thing underwater. But some of the combat mechanics just don't make sense, like trying to do an area of effect placement on the ground. It doesn't work underwater because of the 3D environment. So we did a couple things. First off, we want to make sure you weren't playing the UI. You didn't need a breath meter that was telling you that you needed a certain amount of oxygen left before you're dying, so that's gone. We've added basically a breathing apparatus to every single player so you can go and explore and swim and not have to worry about that. The second thing that we've done is that we've changed out the weapon skills.